All right, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Dash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. All right, special salutations to your Akim out there that's pushing out this truth with sincerity. Lord willing, this is a message that's edifying. To you Akim out there, Akwaf, okay, this truth. I'm Yalak Marah from the Sheba Berea camp. So I entitled the video, America is it's like a bitter baby mama. Prepare for the wilderness. I was just reading Ecclesiastes, and then I went through Proverbs and I seen the scriptures. So it just kind of like the spirit moved me to do this video. And Lord willing, I'm pushing out the right message. But and I don't mean prepare for the wilderness to go run out and live in the in the middle of the forest somewhere. All right. But if you understand the Old Testament, well, you know what? Let's build through these scriptures. Proverbs 21:19. It says, "It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman." Now, the contentious, angry woman, all right, that I'm going to keenly focus in on, all right, is Babylon, also known as America, Revelation 7:1. And there came one of the seven angels which had seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, "Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." All right, so there's a kingdom, all right, that's powerful, but there's a judgment coming into it, and that kingdom is ran by pretty much a female whore is what they're considering. And not an actual female, but the characteristics is moving as a whore, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. All right, the other kings have committed fornication, doing deals with this kingdom. All right, taking on the same philosophies as this kingdom. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The wine representing what her actual philosophies, her ideas. All right, just as an actor said, these men, the wine just represents the actual philosophies. Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemies, having 7 heads and 10 horns, which is NATO and the EU. Okay. And we learned this from the apostles of GMS, watching all the old breakdowns, and it makes sense. All right. Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet royalty. Okay. And, that's what purple represents. In scarlet color, and decked with gold, precious stones, pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Verse 5. And upon her forehead was name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So this one is in charge, is a female. Okay. And they're using the likeness of a female. Now, what am I saying? Or, what am I trying to put out through the spirit? All right, is that we're actually dealing with this contentious woman, an angry woman. Because the contention you see is the constant racial profiling that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans get. You just had the Central Park 5 case. Something that happened 30 years ago is now being like heavy light is being shed onto it. All right. You just had a let me get this article, because the elder Taiwan, I am about camp, he actually sent this out. And I just want to get the article so I could talk about the exactly, be accurate. Let me find this thing, Salakia. Oh man. Says rioting grips Memphis after police officer killed a local man. All right, that's the contention. Okay. Now, who did the police was? You already know what the scenario was, of course. Now, I didn't actually read it, but I'm pretty much gonna assume. Let's go to the article. Is a white officer who killed a black male, and you know this is the city is rioting. But let's go to rioting. This is the contention, though. I mean, just getting this just to show you the different contentions and the anger that is happening with this woman that we're pretty much in. All right, we're in like this cruel relationship with Grips Memphis. All right, because we have to we abide here. Okay, we live here. You know, we have to follow these rules. All right, but by the same woman, we're being treated unjustly through slavery, through the food that we're being fed, through our education, through the racial profiling. All right. So this is a Memphis honor student. So this just wasn't no regular you know, gang bang or whatever I guess they want to profile. All right. It says girlfriend of Memphis honor student 20 killed by cops in a hail of bullets goes into labor as riots break out overnight with furious protesters pelting cops with bricks and bottles. Violent clashes broke out after Brandon Weber, 20, was shot and killed by officers Wednesday in Memphis. Officers went to Weber's home to arrest him for multiple warrants, and including violent felony offenses. So I tell you, I guess this kid did have a case. It says cops said, or the narrative they're putting out, either or. It says cops said Weber got into a vehicle, ran task force vehicle several times before exiting with weapon. The officers opened fire and Weber outside his home, and he died at the scene. Weber family claims as many as 20 shots were fired during the incident, but officers won't confirm. Weber was an honors student who graduated high school in 2017 and was enrolled at University of Memphis. His pregnant girlfriend went into labor as the riots broke out and found herself crying in the hospital. So this is the young male, of course, all right, young black male, and this is his baby mother, but I mean, it's not showing the officer we shot with, but the point of the message is we're in this relationship with this kingdom, all right, so to speak, that's in rulership or that's in power, all right, this whore, all right, but it's contentious, all right, and every scenario is contentious, man. Strife. All right, let's look these words up. Let's look these words up. Quarrel, fight, a discord. All right. So what did you have? You had so-called blacks fighting for what? Equality, fighting for to vote, the right to vote, fighting for the right to sit in the front of the bus. All right, fighting for the right to be on to be able to work the same jobs, receive the same pay, not be 3/5 of the men. So this woman, all right, which is America, all right, is contentious. Okay, combat, conflict. There's always a conflict, torment. And the main conflict is you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, against this society, all right? And the scriptures say, going back to Proverbs 21:19, that it is better to dwell in the wilderness than with someone who's going to fight against you, someone who's going to strive against you, all right? It is better to dwell in and it says it is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. All right. And so this society, of course, has an anger, and with sometimes they'll call passive aggressive, but they have an aggression against you, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, against you Israelites. All right, that's why the food quality is bad in the neighborhoods. That's why you'll find horrible foods at Chinese store, fried chicken spot. All right, that's why you'll find if they do want the area, they'll gentrify the area. The rent goes up, and they move you on out. This is an aggressive female. So it's saying it's better to dwell in the wilderness. Now, funny thing is that's what actually happened in Egypt. All right. Now, Egypt was slavery for the Israelites too, where we was put in the bondage, where we had to go out, get the supplies to build brick and mortar, put it together, then to be building up, pharaohs or wonders, the wonders of Egypt that you see to this day, pyramids. All right. And these are the things that the Israelites had to do. Okay. And the Egyptians was very contentious against them because the Moses Marshall was going back and forth, telling them, hey, let us serve our God. And say, oh, you got free time to serve guys? All right, here's more work, So that's the contentious situation. So what happened? The Lord actually put Israel and sent them through the wilderness. All right. But they wasn't abiding by Proverbs. A lot of them wasn't abiding by Proverbs 21 and 19 because they thought it was better. They said it was better to deal with the contentious and angry woman. It was better to deal with Egypt than to be dealing with in the wilderness. What have you left us out here to die? Those are the complaints. But the scripture said it's better to deal in the wilderness. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Jacob, of Israel, such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, okay, shall no more stay upon him that smote them. All right, you can substitute that him with the her with Babylon, okay, but him being Esau, okay, because that's really the nation that we're under, is kicking our butt. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right, so you see that? You're no longer going to stay. What does it mean to stay? You're no longer going to have to lean off that. Now, funny thing about me just naming it the baby mama, what do? They take 17% of your check. Now, what does this system do? What, they take more than 17%, right? 10% for federal. And this applies differently, but federal is being taken out, of course. Then you got your state, then you got your local, and let's not forget, they don't have it up here, Social Security, which is another 6% that you can add on there, Medicaid, okay? And those are the basic things that they're taking out of your check before you even get it, all right? And do you make a decision on what is being done for your community, all right, with them taxes being taken out of your money? No, just like if you do have a evil baby mama, you won't have no decision on what she's doing with the money, okay? Because that's just something you have to give, all right? Same thing with this area. You pay taxes, your streets is messed up, your neighborhood is messed up. It's not building towards any, the money's not going towards the building of anything positive in your neighborhood, or, you just pretty much funding the beast that hate you. All right. And same thing as a wicked baby mother. You just giving them money to one that hate you, So the Most High said, what is better to dwell in the wilderness? And that's how it's going to be. The Most High, we're going to stay upon the Lord. So the Lord, you're no longer going to have to depend on this system. Okay. Jeremiah 30 and 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakdash of hosts, of armies, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. Whose yoke? The yoke of what? This system that it has us in bondage, servitude, paying taxes. All right. Constantly having to be in servitude of this society. All right. The contention. All right. That we ain't, the Lord is going to break all of that off. It says, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers, okay, because they are strangers, but meaning what? They're heathens that we're serving. And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Who's a him? Jacob. All right? Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're not going to serve themselves with us, with y'all, okay, anymore. All right? So that's pretty much it. I didn't really have too much to say about anything else, but this is the point, man. Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness. All right. So when the Israelites had to go in the wilderness, it was better to dwell in the wilderness than to be dealing with Pharaoh, man. All right. Pharaoh got you, building up brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? Constantly hating you, killing your firstborns. Come on, man. If it's a boy, he's killing them. Come on, man. Hey, so that's contentious, and that's someone who's angry at you. Using aggression towards you. All right. So it was better to dwell in the wilderness. All right. That's why it says, arise ye and depart. What the society hates you, man. All right. It's looking to devour you. All right. It's always going to continue with you. It's always going to be a problem. You're always going to get stopped. You're always going to get questioned. You're always going to get pulled over. These are situations that is going to happen no matter what. So it's better to dwell in the wilderness, away from all that. Stay and we deal with the Most High and His laws than this society and their laws. Anyway, like I said, Lord willing, this is edifying, and the message is getting out clear that we hoping for the deliverance, okay, of our Lord, and not to be with this no longer in this relationship with this contentious and angry woman. Anyway, shalom.